What if I told you that even in the most difficult of circumstances, you can still tap into your source of power? Times are challenging for a lot of us right now. Whether, like me, you are dealing with political exile, motherhood, feeling or being uprooted, you and I still have an innate power that no one can take away. Today, I'm going to talk about how we access our personal power, even when the circumstances in our lives are very triggering and very difficult. Of course, this is a big part of my work with my clients in my trigger reset sessions, as well as my Akashic Records readings. We talk so much about power, reclaiming it, feeling it, being with it. And in fact, this is something that I feel like is so current, both for me and for so many others that I'm connected with, that I went ahead and created a tool, a free tool that you can use to find, feel, and build your personal power. This is a very easy process that could take about 2 to 3 minutes to go through. And you can pick yours up today by clicking the link in the description below. Let's talk about how do we tap into our inner power source while we're standing in the midst of the chaos of modern life. The power that we have, even in our most difficult moments, is choice, free will. And this is the secret that I promised to share with you in my last video. That free will allows us, gives us this incredible opportunity in the midst of feeling our difficult emotions. Instead of pushing those emotions away, instead of repressing them, instead of pretending that we're not feeling the way that we're feeling, we might be feeling angry, we might be feeling lost, we might be feeling confused, we might be feeling envious, we might be feeling ashamed and guilty. I've gone through all of those, I think, just this past week. So, no shame. No shame on any of us for experiencing all of these emotions in our current very turbulent times. But as we're feeling these things, we have this unique moment of choice. When we become aware of feeling the difficult emotion, the first thing we do is that we give ourselves a lot of grace. We can even say, okay, wow, I am feeling a very difficult emotion. It can be very helpful to name that emotion if you can. Sometimes we can't. We could just say, wow, I feel like crap. I feel bad right now. I feel bad. This is bad. I feel bad. And then from that place, if we're thinking about our emotional scale, if this is the middle of our emotional scale, right? This feeling super happy, this being really low, this being the middle, we're down here, right? We're feeling super low. Now, our agency in that moment is how do we get ourselves back up to that neutral, ideally positive neutral place? Now, if we're down here feeling crappy, feeling frustrated, irritated, all those myriad of difficult emotions that we all go through, as humans, we all go through them. The turning point for each one of us can be, what is my next best thought here? Because what often happens when we're experiencing these difficult emotions is we're caught in a spiral of negative thinking. We're thinking all kinds of awful things about ourselves, about others. This person hurt me. How could they? I hate them so much. Or I love them, but they hurt me, and that I feel so betrayed. Um, and we're kind of just caught in that loop. And those thoughts, they're completely natural. It's normal to have these thoughts. But what are those thoughts doing? Those thoughts are keeping us in that negative emotion. They're keeping us at the bottom of that emotional scale. And what can we do? What can we do? Can we go right from the bottom of that emotional scale up to the top and just feel happy? I'm just going to feel happy now. No, we can't do that. There's no way to go from feeling bad to feeling good, right? It's right away. There's no way to do that. But what we can do is we can help ourselves. We can help ourselves to feel just a little bit better, right? So when we're down here, having all these difficult emotions and difficult thoughts that come with those emotions, the emotions are our bodies or our soul's way of communicating to us that something is wrong, right? So we're not making the emotions bad. It's just they feel bad to us, right? And they're draining our personal power. So without making them bad or wrong in any way, we just think, well, what could be my next thought that can help me feel just a little bit better? What is the thought that can help me go from down here to just up here, right? Just a little shift. We're going to look for a better feeling thought. And sometimes that can be hard. What's a better feeling thought? I feel betrayed. I'm so disappointed in myself. What's a better feeling thought? And it can be hard to think of a better feeling thought. But the trick is, it doesn't have to be the best feeling thought. In fact, thinking the best feeling thought is not really going to make you feel better because you're not there. But it's a better feeling thought if you're able to create a little bit of softness around it. It's a better feeling thought if you're able to go from being in that endless loop, that spiral of feeling crappy and I'm just trapped in this emotion, to just being able to peek your head up out of the water a tiny bit. So maybe a better feeling thought is, hey, I need a glass of water. I'm going to get myself a glass of water, right? Or maybe I'll go outside and go for a walk. Something with the body, something physical. And we're not even necessarily doing that thing yet. We're just thinking that thought. And we just see how it feels. If thinking that thought didn't help to make us feel a little better, that's okay. There's always the next thought as an opportunity, right? There's always a next opportunity for a better feeling thought. This is our secret, to bring awareness to our emotions. This is very important and step one, very challenging for some of us who have been taught through colonialism, white supremacy, patriarchy, to ignore our emotions, to suppress our emotions, to pretend our emotions don't exist, especially those hard emotions, those negative emotions. So our first step is becoming aware. And this is what my free tool that I created helps with. So becoming aware of our emotions. What is it that I'm feeling? Oh, okay, I'm feeling this shame, or I'm feeling this betrayal, or I'm feeling this disappointment, or I'm feeling this envy. Whatever it is, we become aware. That's our step one, right? And then step two is reaching for a better feeling thought. And it just has to be a little bit better feeling. And a note about anger, sometimes anger can be a better feeling thought. Like when we're in despair is like down here at the bottom, we're totally powerless. Sometimes activating a little bit of anger can actually help us to lift up into closer, at least, to the neutral baseline, closer to the positive neutral. So anger can be actually really helpful in some of these situations. It can help us to galvanize some power, and righteous anger has a lot of power to it. It's like, how dare they? How dare they treat me this way? you can feel how that's a better feeling thought, right? Than like, oh, I feel so crappy and sad and I feel so betrayed and now I'll never be able to trust them again, to how dare they treat me this way? That anger, that oomph, it gives you a little lift, right? We're teaching our cork how to float. So little by little, we get better at this. And it's a practice. It's definitely a practice. And I wouldn't suggest for the first time practicing it when you're in the midst of a storm of negative emotion. That would be very difficult to practice it for the first time. Having a guide, someone to support you, such as myself or a therapist or a life coach, that can be very, very helpful as well. This is someone who can teach you what it means to reach for that better feeling thought and start to recognize what that better feeling thought is for you, because it's very individual. So I hope that's helpful. I am happy to answer any questions about this process in the comments. Like I said, there is a free tool that I'm making available to you. The link is in the description. I hope you enjoy the feelings of love and peace when they're current and present for you, knowing that you are in your place of power. And from that place, you're able to manifest whatever you want in life. So when you're enjoying pleasure in your body, when you're feeling what it means, the joy of being human, this is a great, powerful place to manifest from. We all want to manifest beautiful, happy lives for ourselves and for our communities. And learning about personal power, I think, is a really important step in that process. So please subscribe to my channel and join me as we continue this journey into what it means to stand in your power.